Oh, the recording part. Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
Oh, hit
Yeah.
it.
Okay, I'm Aisha, and this is going to be our first go at Starfinder roleplay. Welcome in. We're glad to have you. We'll be doing other. The other fantasy night is going to be a couple days from now. We'll be doing Pathfinder, so you'll see us a lot more than you have. Starfinder is a role-playing game that's science fiction and fantasy based from Paizo Publishing. It was built on the previous game of Pathfinder, which you'll see in a couple days. Same game mechanics and universe, just in a more futuristic and fantasy-like setting. It literally was drawn for inspiration from the science fiction and space operas like Star Wars, Aliens, Guardians of the Galaxy, Warhammer 40K, and it debuted on May of 2016, and it's still going strong with its much awaited release of Starfinder 2.0, which is already available in its playtesting. We will be using Starfinder 1.0. So, with that, I'll give you a brief summary of where we'll be taking you. Um, we'll be starting from Absalon Station. It is literally the center of the Pack Worlds for its government, its economy, and its culture. Every species in the galaxy that they know of can be found there, from the mundane to the most unique. Originally, Absalon Station was not somewhere that you would want to visit. It was in deplorable condition. At that time, there were many religious groups and way too many gangs that called it home. No one wanted to be there, even the people that had to be there that kept Absalon Station running. And with that, the maintenance became worse and worse to the point that they began to lose their air. That's when they stepped in and decided something had to happen. So everybody put their differences beside. They elected one person to be in charge, which is their Primex. They created a council, which would serve as their government, which is called the Syndex Guild. And this is how it's still run today. It is neutral amongst neutral in the galaxy. It is the easiest place to get to because it has what's called a star stone located in the base of the station, meaning that in the matter of hours to day, you can get from anywhere in the galaxy to Absalon Station, making it literally the center of the galaxy. It also means it is the center for everything from various government groups, crime organizations, everything is located there. Absalon Station itself is kind of, if you envisioned it, a six-pointed star on a disk is how it's built. The star pieces reach out into space. Those are the docking bays and places like that. And the disk is where most of the people are located. There's also a never-ending array of starships around Absalon Station. There are some that are there at all times, and there's ones that come and go. As you approach Absalon Station, the first place you will go to is what's called the Arms, where the docking bays are located. That is where we will begin today. Some of these docking bays are with oxygen for obviously those like us who need to breathe it. And then there's also ones that have various gases to even ones that are water environments. All of the docks are controlled through traffic control. Depending on the size of your ship, you may not even dock. You may have to take a smaller vessel over from yours because it cannot meet up with the station, which is what is going to be happening at the moment. There is a shuttle that is landing and docking with Absalon Station, and several creatures and humans are getting off onto the station at this moment. Amongst them is this large dragon whose hulking figure manages to make his way through somehow the entrance and awaits in line to be cleared through by one of the stewards. The stewards are the security for the station. So, Mal, who is our dragon, can you give us an introduction, please?
Other than you keep putting an L in my name. It's Mac.
Mac.
Other than what you said, yeah, he's a dragonkin from Triaxis. Um, Summerborn dragon. He's one that's always kind of looked towards the stars. So when he's old enough, he kind of went from ship to ship, kind of learned the ways of how to, if he grew up on old Earth and stuff like that, he'd be one of the old explorers on the tall ships type person. But since this isn't that kind of setting, instead he went from starship to starship, learning what he could. But due to his size, he was always shoved in the front lines, muscling his way in, and kind of being their version of a Marine type thing. Excuse me. But
Why
he is a big hulking dragonkin. He's very large for his species at that. He's about roughly a ton. He's about 20 feet long from snout to tip of his tail, not counting his wingspan and everything else. So, when people think of a meat shield, he takes that and amplifies it. So he's kind of a meat wall. But other than that, he tends to have fairly decent manners about him, and he makes his way through checkpoint, and not making a scene or anything of that nature.
Okay, and I tried to pull up the next person's. Um, no, I just lost my train of thought. Token, but it's not coming up. So something's probably not linked correctly, is it?
Mm, I'm on my player account, so there's not much I can do.
Yeah. Well, you come up the line and you come across the Captain Paolo Divosef. He's your human steward that is checking people in. And you have a couple options here upon meeting him as to what happens upon interacting with the captain.
Okay.
Of course, he's going to look you over. Of course, looking you over, he's going to have to look up because you're not going to see eye to eye. Excuse me for a moment. Try and clear my throat a bit. He, you can roll, I guess, a 3-sided die because that'd be technically a 1, 2, or 3 to decide upon the options here.
Okay. Roll a 3.
Okay. Well, the captain is going to pull you aside because he's going to question you a little bit more about why you're entering the station. He's kind of questioning if you're going to be one of these troublemakers or if there's an alternate meaning for your arrival.
Looking for work. Why else would anybody come into this station?
And what kind of work are you looking for?
Preferably on a ship. But if you need any heads knocked together, I can do that too. I
Well,
mean,
I would hope that you'd let the station stewards take care of the business that they're to attend to on the station
I'm,
rather than taking matters into your own hands.
well, I don't look to start any trouble. If they ain't find me, and if there's stewards around, I'll do what I can.
Okay, then. Do you need any assistance finding your way around the station, or have you been here before?
Haven't been here in a while. Know any good places where people would hang out looking for work on a ship or anything of that nature?
Well, you might be able to find some information posted down by the kiosks, which would also give you layouts of of the station, or you can head down the other way towards the bazaar and see who's hanging out around there.
Okay. Anything else?
Other than have a nice day.
Mac just kind of makes his way.
And which way is he heading?
I guess towards the kiosk to take a look at the map and around.
Okay.
Kind of calling the steward an asshat under his breath.
Okay, so you continue on down. We'll say left or right. You go to the right, um, to their big kiosk machines. Um, shows layouts of the station. It shows them in layers from everywhere from the eye of the station, which is the very top. Um, it shows the other parts of the station, the arms, which gives you an idea of little parts and pieces. What kind of draws your attention in the arms is the Click Clack Club. As you read across that,
Okay.
um, most of the clientele being some sort of an android or mechanical being, a large number being also cybernetic people who hang out there in a VR parlor. Um, and then you find out that most of the people that exist on on the station are in the disc in the more residential part of the station, and that's where you'd be not only looking for a place to stay, but you'd be looking for restaurants, you'd be looking for um like you had you might be looking for a place to eat, you might be looking for a place to hang out for a while, making contacts, there's businesses, all sorts of things in this residential business because it's the bulk of the station.
Okay. Probably heading towards that way then.
Okay. Are you going to check out the bazaar on your way?
If it's on the way, yeah.
Okay. Well, as Matt continues on, um, he goes by a few shops here and there, and then there's the area that's called a small bazaar set out kind of opening. Um, and he comes across a couple little shops set up on tables and things, such as travelers do. They get the attention as people come on and off the shuttles trying to sell certain wares. Do you investigate any of those little places or not?
Yeah, what kind of places were they again?
Well, you've got the line of shops that you're passing by, but in the middle is kind of like a bazaar where they've got little tables set up with some of their the wares that they're selling.
Probably giving it a cursory glance. See if anything kind of stands out type thing. But I think right now priority is probably going to be looking for work, lodging, and food.
Well, there's going to be a Lashunta shopkeep that kind of waves at you before you go by.
Okay, kind of take a look and walk over.
She's selling crystals, the type that you'd put on a necklace or a bracelet. And she draws her arm over the crystals and they all start glowing different colors, some bright, some fading in and out. And she looks up at Mac and she chuckles. Well, hello there, big guy. Is there anything that catches your eye?
You were waving at me, and so I guess you're trying to sell something.
Well, I have a selection here of beautiful crystals, all blessed by the gods. Every god and goddess of the universe, depending on which one that you pray heed to, you can find them here.
Mac would probably take a look over and see if there would be anything from Waden or not.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay, I was wondering what that was from. Ah, let's see. She takes her hand over the crystals again, very, very slowly. And a small set glows this time. Perhaps you're looking for these, my traveler. These here are for discovering places, exploring, and for freedom. Would those by chance interest you?
Possibly.
Then you're more than welcome to take a closer look.
He'd take a look at him.
Does he find anything of interest?
I mean, other than them being pretty rocks, to Mac, they're just kind of pretty rocks.
Well, she sees that he's not quite taken with her gems and baubles, but she perhaps you are looking for something else then, but perhaps it's not something that I might exactly have for you, at least not on my table. And she reaches into a pouch and she produces a coin and passes it on to you. The coin bears a mark from one of the bars on Upsilon Station.
Okay. He looks it over. It says from Mark.
Perhaps perhaps that would be a little bit more of interest. And that, my friend, is free of charge.
Oh, thank you. Coin have any marks on it where it belongs to, or
It would have the insignia of the bar.
okay? I guess that'd be Mac's next thing that he'd be looking up then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll let you make your way along, and we'll come across our next player. Okay, so Irina, how about you introduce yourself and introduce where your character is located at the moment in the station?
Alright. Well, not much, not a lot to say about Irina at the moment. She is a very seems to be a very timid Black Panther folk. Um, if she's already in the station, she is likely somewhere either looking for work or currently working at some sort of lab or somewhere. If she could have able to find work already.
Okay.
So I guess, how long has she, have I actually been here then?
Well, I'd say you've been here a little while, so I would think you've already gotten at least a fill-in job for the moment.
And since, while I'm looking for something else to do,
Mm-hmm. So you
right,
have something to do around the station.
something to kill my time during the day while I'm waiting for some people to hang up out at the bar and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, she'd probably just be spending her day at the work and then after work start heading her way towards the local tavern.
Okay. Well, if you're still in one of the labs or are you in the hallway as you're making your way towards some of the taverns and lounges and such?
Um, I probably wouldn't spend too long at work, so I'd probably already be headed towards the lounge somewhere. So I'd
Okay.
say the hallway.
So as you're walking through the halls, this absolute speeding furball comes charging towards you, and you literally get tangled up, the two of you, in this intricate dance because you don't dare want to to step on him, and you're just whirling around, twirling around, trying not to speed to step. And the next thing you know, this fur ball twirls up you, up your form, and then speeds off in the other direction.
I don't like being touched.
And then as you collect yourself from your run-in with your furry little friend,
I did
you
realize, ooh, it was a rat and start chasing it.
you find a small little note left in one of your pockets.
Might as well read the note and then chase down the rat.
And it says, "Meet in the Moonrunners Lounge," signed by a fancy letter L.
Oh.
So you make your way towards one of the lifts between the sectors, which is what they call the vertical levels. And you get into the lift.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Do I know where the Moonrunner?
Now, you might have heard it before, but that's up to you. Does it sound familiar or no?
Um, Probably. If it's not too far,
Okay.
or if it's known just for having place being frequented for
Oh, it's well known.
okay, then I probably at least have heard about it, if not visited.
Okay. So you step into the lift, but you're not alone. There's a
I try
very
to I try to keep my distance from whoever's in there and just try not to be touched much.
there's a tall Pathra, dark with long gray hair, and he has the reddest jewel-like eyes. And he's leaning in the corner of the lift by the control panel as you enter.
I just press the button for my floor I want and just sort of nod to him. Being polite, but not overly.
And he looks over to you. New to Absalom Station, or have I just not had the pleasure to run into such a lovely lady such as yourself?
Uh, I'm still fairly new, just been here a little bit, sort of transient.
Ah, so you are a new gem to the station. Well, my lady, um, if you would really like to relax from your day, I'm assuming of work, I recommend that you check out some of the clubs in Sector Blue 2, especially the Moon Runner's Lounge. It tends to be a favorite of mine.
Yeah, that's actually where I'm headed.
Well, I'm hopeful that we may see one another there in the future.
Possibly.
And as the lift comes to a stop on your sector, the doors open and he waves his hand as a gentleman.
I'll scurry out as fast as I can.
And he kind of chuckles to himself as you leave.
And start heading towards the Moonrunners.
Okay. So you're well on your way to the club, as well as Mac, which leaves us with Vyroon. Am I getting that one right? You there? Okay, this is the one that's going to be totally made up because we haven't put this one together ahead of time. Okay, Vyroon, how about you introduce your character to us and where are you located in the station at this time?
Um, I am currently running the education. Yeah. A little bit about myself. Ventured to my newfound hometown because my planet was circling a dying star, which made living kind of null and void. So I set on a journey to find a new hometown, a home planet, and hopefully some opportunity for a job. So I founded myself on Accutron, which led me to here at the station. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm in any specific, I guess, would just call them sectors. I'd be like maybe roaming in the walkways between them areas.
Okay, so you're kind of wandering around.
Yeah.
Well, while you're wandering around, one of the I don't want to say people or creatures, but we'll say Desians, one of the people here on the station that you can come across is this very old, almost frail looking male cat creature of some origin. Depends on if you recognize the Pathra or not, but that's what he is.
To be honest, I don't even think I've ever seen one. I don't think they're anywhere near my home planet.
Okay. Um, they can look anywhere from a cattish to a more panther looking kind of look. but he's kind of wandering around the station. He wears robes, but like I said, he's frail, almost emaciated, very he's missing the fur that you would normally expect of a Panthera, but he is
You look like you
also
got mange.
not not quite looking mange. But yeah, he's got the loss of skin of fur going on, making me even look older. And you notice he's also got some cybernetic um, accessories going on as well.
Hmm.
Do you try and stop and make any contact with this gentleman?
Um, Given his appearance, does he look unhealthy, or is that just the way he looks?
That's just the way he looks.
Probably not. I probably just observe him.
Okay. And he's doing much the same with a lot of people around him. Um, kind of much like a teacher would be observing a class.
Hmm.
He's just people watching is a good word for what he's doing.
That's kind of my mentality. That's like a good sport these days. People watching. That's what I'm not. Like I said, I'm not from here. Um, so trying to get my bearings, and I mean, I'm not going to be rude. If people speak to me, I'll speak to them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to speak to anybody.
Okay. Well, as you're making your way along the hallway, you notice, a couple people ahead of you kind of bustling and hustling like they're trying to get someplace, and one of them bumps into you. Human is, oh, so sorry, so sorry. Just in a hurry. Got to catch my shuttle.
It's kind of, I don't know, just kind of brush it off. I'm reading right now how I feel about humans.
Okay. Um, roll me a perception check. If you Okay, I'm gonna say that's a good check.
Yeah, unless your DC's higher than 23.
Um, you notice as he brushes up against you that he drops something in your pocket as he and his friend scamper away.
Well, I'd like to reach into my pocket. First of all, I'd like to make sure nobody's looking at me before I reach in my pocket. And then I would like to reach in my pocket to see what this guy dropped in my pocket.
Okay. Well, what you pull out of your pocket is kind of like a calling card. and it's got a fancy letter L on one side, and on the other side is the words Moonrunner.
Gotcha. Oh, and if I didn't mention it before, I'm not exactly a small character either. I'm roughly 7 foot, 200, about 200 pounds.
Okay.
Now, do I guess I'll ask this, I guess I'll ask the question for me. Do I know anything about this lounge, or is there a
There,
how
if
about like
you
a directory, like a
about to
kiosk
say,
directory?
yep, there's kiosks around the station. So if you haven't heard of anything named Moonrunner before, you could type it up on the kiosk and it would come up with reference to a lounge and where it's located in the station.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna go ahead and assume I know nothing about this lounge.
Okay.
After I do that, I'd like to proceed that way.
Okay. Okay, so that leaves me with our last contestant of the day.
Still want to keep my eye on that mangy looking cat fella.
Okay. You can keep your eye on that mangy looking cat.
Does it seem to be moving the same way I am?
He is not moving in the same direction you were in, no.
Okay,
But you have a feeling you might see him again.
bird.
Okay. So all three of you pretty much seem to be heading in the same direction. Or at least to end up in the same direction. So we have one last contestant. And a name. Johnner. Now, you're working in an establishment at this time on Absalon Station. Let me get your introduction. Hold off on the name, please, of the plate establishment. Tell me what you do for a living,
Well,
and yep,
Jonah is the proprietor and gracious host of the bar,
okay.
where you'll most likely find me at all times because that's where I also live in an apartment above it, I guess.
Okay, so one of the many bars of Absalon Station.
And I'm
And what
usually
kind
always
what kind of
trying
clientele do you keep?
all sorts of clientele. If I can somewhat exploit someone, I'll try to do it within the rules of acquisition and all that. Because I won't actually break any laws, but there might be some shady stuff going on. But not illegal stuff.
And I was about to say the stewards let you get away with this.
Sometimes.
Hmm.
But my bar provides all kinds of services. Drinks, food, of course, entertainment, opportunities for trade.
This sounds like a very interesting bar. How about we get the name of this establishment?
It's called Moonrunners.
Okay. So we find ourselves in the Moonrunners Lounge. We see Johnner at his place of establishment doing what he does best. He's behind the bar at the moment. He's waiting on some customers, mentally counting his profits as he interacts with them, mostly just keeping up customer niceties only because it's good business to do so. He's also keeping an ear open for information as it comes to his ear. Because he's always looking for new deals, new information, perhaps information that he can sell or leads which might lead him to more lucrative business dealings himself. Anything about the profits, and not talking about the ones in the temple. He's observing that it's about shift change out in the station because he's been noticing some of the regulars come and go. He's got a few diplomats in the establishment, a few middle class parishioners. Nobody too rich or too fancy generally comes here. His eyes catch on an interesting repeat customer, though. Her name is Leary. And um, let's see if Johnner um, notices her as she enters the club and makes her way through the parishioners and the tables.
Mhm, so you roll-
Perception or whatever you've got will work.
14 was the result.
And that's out of 20.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you notice her. You kind of keep an eye on her as she walks around. She may speak to this person or that person briefly, but you notice that where she really heads to is the dance floor as she joins a few others there.
Okay.
And you're going to make some small talk with people in the bar as they come up, order drinks, There's going to be tables of Sheeran of all different colors off to one side, of furry skittermanders of all colors off to another. You're welcome to tell us how you feel about any of these groups.
I mean, as long as they pay their tabs, I don't care what they really look like.
And while you're handing the last person who ordered a drink, you hear a good evening off to your left. As you look up, you see a large gray and black striped Pastra approaching the bar. And he says, I'd like to have an Indarian Starburst. Straight up, please.
Coming right up.
He asks how things are going so far. Credits coming in nicely today?
Things are a little slow, but I expect things are going to pick up soon.
Oh, I'm sure. Looks like customers are starting to come in the doors. So that's about to change.
I did notice that I assume the station has like some kind of environmental shift change.
Yes.
Yeah, eventually the shift change will be over and it'll be night, and that's when the bar really picks up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's gonna pay for his drink, putting the credits on the bar. And he's going to take his beverage and he's gonna go down to the end of the bar into the corner and he's gonna sit so he can watch the doors where people can come into the bar. He wants to keep an eye out.
All right, I won't pry into his business. He can do whatever he wants as long as he pays.
Okay. One of the groups that may interest your eye that comes into the bar is a company of Vesk. If you're familiar with what those look like.
I'm
Give me a second since I can't drop the tokens. They're not letting me. I can drop it into uh, I can get a picture for you.
I'm muted. Yeah, should be able to pull one up to share.
And how do I do that? Because that's not something I've been shown yet.
Um, gotta find one first. One's not.
I've
uploaded.
got one in file.
Okay. Well, one is uploaded.
I've got them uploaded,
Okay, to an actor.
not to an actor.
Okay.
I can do.
Yeah, because I have.
Yeah, I got extra actors.
Yeah, but extras, but actual extras.
I Where I put him was in here. I do.
Pull 'em up.
Mm,
Nope.
No.
Pull it up. Click on it. Mouse over.
That.
Click.
Okay. That works. Okay, so that's a Vesk. Big lizard guy.
Okay.
4 of these guys walk in. 2 obviously very guard looking, soldier looking. Let me see. There's one.
Yeah, they tend to be about 6 to 8 foot tall, 2 to 300 pounds. So think of corn.
Mm-hmm. One looks like a mechanic or something similar to it because he's more in a jumpsuit kind of outfit to their armor and chest plates and you notice that 2 of them look very much alike. They could be from the same nest.
They're all ugly. They all look alike to me, but I'm not there.
Nope. Still gotta find your way there. But along with them comes someone who's dressed very different.
Oh, is this
He-
King Karul?
It's a fat lizard.
It's a fat lizard. He's dressed in robes instead of some kind of a armored outfit. And while the Vesk walk through pretty much not caring who's in their way, pushing aside the parishioners to make their way to the bar, they're also making way for this Vesk to walk straight up to the bar to talk to you.
Rude guys.
So he comes up to the bar and he drops one of his hands onto the bar, not so lightly, but not enough to break the bar. I believe we have a little bit of business that we need to discuss.
And what business would that be?
Well, you were supposed to have delivered some crates to our sector of the station by today, and according to our logs, And my boys here, no crates have shown up. I want what's mine.
Well, you haven't paid the full amount yet. Once you pay the agreed amount, then you get your crates.
And Kangi looks over to his right. Roland, show me the log. And Brolin types on his wrist. And a log shows up, which he brings forth to so that you can see as well. Showing how much has been paid to where and when. And Kangi says that according to our records, everything's been paid in full.
Well, not according to my records, and I'll pull up my own logbook and show him that there is indeed a final missing payment.
And Kangi says, perhaps we need to step behind the bar and discuss this further. Looking around at the patrons who are becoming a little curious of what's going on.
I don't think we need to. I think we can settle our business right here. All you have to do is sign right here, initiate your final payment, and then I'll give you the loading dock number where your crates are.
Kangi looks over the numbers again and he nods to Brolin, who types something into his wrist unit. Kangi looks to you and said, that should suffice.
Great, and then just press your thumb here, and I'll hold out my data pad.
He looks over to Sorbach, and Sorbach reaches forward and presses his thumb to it.
And that's all that needed to happen. Pleasure doing business with y'all. Docking Bay 94.
Kangi nods to you, and they leave the establishment. Just as some more people start to arrive, including one very large dragon.
I just kind of look down at as the lizards leave and just kind of around at the establishment. Kind of looking at the coin in my hand and looking around, and I guess this must be the place. Walk up to the bar.
All right, I see this absolute wall of muscle and wing walk up to me, and I'll say, "Oh, a new face. What can I get for you tonight?"
Just arrived to the station. Was given this coin and said this might be the place to be. Just kind of set it down.
Oh, well, that coin right there earns you one free spin at the Dabo tables.
Okay. But yeah, just arrived, so kind of looking for work and all the other standard stuff. I guess this is a good place to sit down and start.
Well, there might be someone you can talk to, and yeah, what are you looking for, like mercenary work?
Whatever pays the way. And eventually I'll get my own ship and we'll go from there.
Well, while you're lounging about, would you like something to drink or eat?
Hold on. Oi.
And as I said, that coin does earn you one free spin at the Dabo tables, and I'll point over to there's about 4 tables. Pretty ladies are spinning them. They're basically roulette tables.
Yeah, I'll probably try that later then. He picks up the coin and pockets it for now. But yeah. And makes up some random drink. I can't think of anything right now.
I would recommend you try our Draconian Spice Wine.
Alright, we'll go with that.
All right, would you like to open a tab, or are you paying for this drink now?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and pay for it now.
Okay. I'll go ahead and mix him up the drink and pass it off to him. It comes in a very big mug, by the way.
It's probably good because, he's not small.
With his size.
Yeah. Name's Mac. Mac Trucks.
Junor.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. And as I said, feel free to inquire in all the things that this bar offers.
Looks like a fairly nice place. As he kind of looks around, taking a sip of the drink. Yeah, it looks like the vets that left here just as I walked in, they were kind of a little sour.
Oh, they're probably just upset because I just made them pay a very hefty finder's fee because of all the trouble I had to go through to produce them 17 crates of their favorite snack.
It happens.
But as long as they paid their money, and they don't ruin my bar, we can both be happy.
That's a good way of looking at it. As the stewards around here look a little bit of a dicks.
Oh, everyone can be a dick if you don't talk to them right.
Yeah, we'll see what they are like. Had one of them pull me off to the side when I was coming on the station, just telling me not to cause any trouble. I'm like, just looking for work.
Well, I mean, you're a big dude. They probably got scared.
That's their problem.
While you two have been chatting, Leary has come up towards the bar and is just standing off to the side, waiting for a chance to order a drink.
Is she human, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, she probably wants her usual then. Root beer. I hate root beer. It's so bubbly. I'll ask her
Mm.
how she's doing tonight.
Oh, I'm having a good time. The music is wonderful.
Just got a new playlist in.
Oh, that must be why. Everybody's having so much fun on the dance floor.
I'll ask her what she wants to drink tonight.
I'll have an Abalone Sunspot, please.
An Abalone Sunspot?
Yes.
Okay, coming right up. I'll mix the drink after setting it down. And now your favorite parts. I flick the glass, and the liquid in it turns from a bluish grayish color to bright orangish red.
Wonderful. And she reaches down and pulls the credits from her um, purse that hangs on the belt of her gown and slides them across the bar top to you.
I'll put them in my pocket.
She looks at both of you and says, "Gentlemen,"
Ma'am.
and she makes her way back towards one of the tables in one of the back corners where it's quiet.
All right, after she leaves, I'll lean back towards Mac. So where are you from, Mac?
Originally ThyriAisha. But,
You said triaxis?
hmm?
You said triaxis?
Yep.
How's the weather there?
About half the time, not bad. The other half is cold as shit. Luckily, I was born during the summertime. But pretty much as soon as I could, I left the planet. Yeah, it's one of those places where the orbit is so dang long and wide, where half the year is summer and the other half is winter. But it's a pretty long span.
It's been a while since I've been there. What are they? About 36 galactic hours?
She got me looking up now.
If you couldn't tell, I'm just making shit up right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so far Mal has joined us in the bar. Where are our other wayward friends? Of course, Janor is already there.
Yeah.
So we've got a 1, 2. Yeah, 2 that are still making their way there.
Yep.
Okay, so Veyroon. When you got to the kiosk and everything, were you able to figure out where, or possibly what this Moonrunner could be?
By the looks of it, looks like a bar. Lounge, bar, something. I don't know.
Okay, so were you going to head this way?
Oh yeah. That's where the thing says I gotta go. That's where I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Gotta check out my surroundings and enjoy the view as I'm casually strolling. I guess I'm in no rush. I mean, it didn't seem like it says urgent, so
Okay.
taking the side of this station. Let's see here.
Kind of sightseeing along your way.
Yeah. We just say it was Epsilon Station, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, kind of people watch as I go by, watch the daily goes ons and the motions of people and under their emotions and I guess get a feel of how people is. I'm a little indifferent towards humans. I really don't care for Beth. So that's kind of where I'm at right now on my journey.
Okay. But it sounds like you're pretty familiar with a number of the different species that will inhabit Absalon Station.
Yes. Oh well, yeah. I can speak I can speak a different variety of languages. At least I know I can speak to everybody that is playing. The cat, uh, uh, whatever. Everybody that's playing, I have those languages. So all those species that is in within our group that we're playing with now, I can speak to. So I don't know if that's a lot of species, but
Oh, makes things easier.
yeah.
Okay.
And then when I get to the Lounge, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Anything interesting have going on while I'm walking around? Let me ask that.
I mean, there's always something to do. There's always something to see. Um, it's not like, yes, there's a day and night cycle on on the station, but it's it's kind of like it never sleeps.
Gotcha.
There,
Like New York.
Yep, very much. It's people have always got to be maintaining it. People have always have to be working, keeping everything going. So, you know, everybody works on every cycle. So, even though there might be a day and a night cycle for a lot of people so they can get their rest and everything, or to their native cycles, to their planets if they want to keep to them, it you know doesn't mean that it stops on the station.
I got you. So yeah, I just on my drag, I also like to keep my eye out for maybe a potential job opportunity, specifically in my field. I ain't doing no damn dirty work. So
Okay.
And I had accidentally muted myself before. Said that I really shortly after having collected herself from her strange little encounter with the other Petra.
Okay. Well, what happened there?
As far as the collecting herself, she was gonna scurry off, and then like her breath, and then try to make her way towards the Moonrunner. About it if she doesn't. I assume that since she's at least heard about it, she has an idea. Should she also heard what area it's in?
Okay.
Trying to keep to herself, not really interact. To stay clear of them. Just acting aloof, shy somewhat.
Okay. Aloof and a shy we can work with.
And then once she does get to the Moonrunner, she'll probably just order a cheap drink and try to find a corner table or somewhere where she can be off alone.
Okay. Well, as things are going on in the Moonrunner, as the people come and go, there'll be a couple interesting characters that might catch people's eye. One of them that will be coming in and put that one up will be this one. He'll be flying in the door, the speed of lightning, swerving in and out around patrons, tables, chairs. It should have. Sorry about that. Okay.
Oh, kitty.
Like I said, it'll be swerving in and out around chairs, patrons, a complete dervish, trying to locate someone. Wouldn't be surprised if it even runs up and over a couple patrons.
If it comes in our mini as she tries to play with it.
That is a fluff ball.
It is a fluff ball. I mean, it will slow down for attention. But only moments before it scurries off to the very back corner of the establishment, where it jumps up on the table and begins to talk quietly with the parishioner who occupies that table. And that would be Leary. That would be, let me show you the lady occupying that table. There's the lady occupying the table.
Okay.
Which, I mean, not every day you see this little cat talking to a human. Of course, Jenner, I don't know how you feel about this fuzzball creating such a ruckus.
I mean, as long as he's got money.
Noisy bug.
Yes, she is. Because she's wanting attention and I'm not giving her that much. It's not attention time, sorry. And she's like, then why am I over here? Literally trying to kiss up to me, washing my wrist. Okay, so this lady that was up at the bar is now talking to this cat that came in such a skirmish. Mac, you're still at the bar
Mm-hmm.
talking to the barkeep. And Irina, you had made your way in and found a quiet table to yourself.
Yes, and played with the cat when it showed up.
Okay.
And now I'm sort of watching the lady who the cat is talking to.
Yeah, it kind of made a scene, so Max kind of watching out of the corner of his eye.
While the path row over in the corner is also watching things pretty closely. And I'll give you a hint of what he looks like. So you can see what some path row look like. And yes, he does tend to walk around with somewhat of a scowl on his face.
Looking so happy.
Yes, he does look happy, doesn't he? His eyes will trail around the bar, trail over to the corner, to the back, trail around the bar, back over to the back corner. And his expression with that scowl never seems to change. And I'm going to say, why don't we wrap it up right here?
Okay.
Unless you guys really want to push on just a little further. But I think we're kind of losing momentum a little bit.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
How about the rest of you guys?
I think I'm the only one that ain't made it to the bar anyway.
Yeah, you're the only one who hasn't made it here yet.
I'm starting to get a little brain foggy, to be honest.
Okay. Do we just need a break? Oh,
It doesn't matter to me. I just need to make it to the bar once I'm with everybody else. Do whatever you want to do. Or take a break or be done for the night. It doesn't matter to me. I don't work till 3, so.
Get everybody together, then we'll make that a stopping point then.
because I mean, I would like to have gotten you guys a little bit further. That way we could, but I could tell you out of game as much as well. That way you're prepared for it.
We're at an hour 40 on recording.
But yeah, if you want to just get us so we're all in the bar together.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So, and then anybody who wants to just hang around, we can hang around and do what we're going to do. So that way we don't have to do it during the middle of the game next time.
Yeah.
And then if you need to leave, go ahead and leave. So let's go ahead and get everybody together and we'll wrap it up. Okay. So all this is going on, and another person walks into the establishment. Very odd looking gentleman. And there is that ancient looking
Becca cat.
emaciated looking cat.
Looks almost like a robo
Interesting.
cat.
He has absolutely no interest in going up to the bar to get a drink. He has no interest in any of the games or any of the other pleasantries in the bar. He's not looking for entertainment of any kind. He
He's
stands
looking for
quiet.
something. He came in here.
He stands quietly for a few moments, eyes wandering around the bar until he finds the person he is looking for. And he makes his way straight over to her. And he sits down at the table with her.
Same one the white fuzzballs went to?
The one and the same.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're all together at the bar now, right? Well, in the same area.
Well, if you made it into the bar or not, I don't know yet. You were the last one.
You're the one running.
Uh,
You're the one running it.
I mean, you're the
Kitty.
only one that would know. You know?
Well, I think she's saying that she wants you to go outside. Have you gone there? Way there?
What? You're breaking up.
Kind of
Uh,
make your way to the bar in terms of you show up, announce yourself in some way, or make the action.
Oh, I said I was going to the bar a long time ago. I didn't know
Okay,
it was
then
me to determine when I go to the bar, when I
no, I
show
didn't
up.
catch it. I didn't catch it. Sorry.
Yeah, I said that like 20 minutes ago.
Okay, sorry. That's what I was waiting on. I missed it.
uh,
Okay.
Irenia sees all these other cats paying attention to that lady, so she's actually going to try to find her way closer, but still trying to stay aloof and just to try to listen in on the conversations they're having.
Okay. So
Mm.
they're going to be looking over a couple um, techno type devices things that'll be popping up in the air and showing various. You won't see a starship or anything very visible, but it will be various displays of things moving around or data pads being lit with lists of things going by. And they'll be chatting those over.
Yeah, because it's got max attention. It seems kind of peculiar.
All the kitties are interested in this person, whoever she is.
If we're all together now, and some of us are starting to get brain fog, I think this is probably a
Yeah,
good.
I think this is probably where we need to close it.
Yeah, it's a good stopping point for the narrative stuff.
Yep. And so this is what we're going to close for tonight. Everybody has made it to the. Sorry, because we just came up with the name of the bar tonight.
The Moon Runner.
The Moonrunner. And our goal was basically just to get the group together, and we were hoping to get a little bit further, but the group was going to get together and
There's still
they'll
technically one more person to meet up with.
there's one more person that will be joining our party. So we'll get them into our party and hopefully get the party introduced to their patron, and find out what's going on for their first event. And then you guys will see the typical
Shenanigans.
shenanigans, the not just what we did today as in role playing, but you'll see the actual gameplay.
And since most of the votes went towards the narrative for the ship name, we won't. I went ahead and changed that unless anybody's got any words.
Objective.
Yeah. So, narrative for the ship name.
Works with me.
Yeah, it's actually a nice name.
Works with the
And
title of the game.
and have we figured out my choice of the game name yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us for Change the Narrative, which is what I have chosen for the title of our game. And we will be doing these games every other Friday at Eastern Time, 10 o'clock.
Yep. It is on the About section of the Twitch page for the dates.
Yes. And we are trying a different setup for these games. Instead of one person hosting an individual game, we are joining together. So it'll be myself, ThyriAisha, along with Einar
Me.
from his. What was that?
Me. Yeah, when I can actually talk and breathe without getting winded.
Yes, because he's under the weather right now.
Recovering from pneumonia.
Yes.
And he is running a chaos.
Chaos.
A
Yeah.
Savage World rift setting.
Yes.
Yes, he's running the rift setting, and it will be our character in game Irina, who is also
Me, Paizo, or Atraxia, whatever you want to call me.
Yes,
Frank.
who will be running in just a couple of days on Sunday.
Yeah, because
His opening show of our Pathfinder game.
yeah,
Yeah.
because normally it would be my riffs this coming Sunday, but with me still recovering, Atraxia, Phasia, Frank is running Pathfinder, and I talked over him. My bad.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought you were. All right.
My mic was very sensitive, and I'm smoking a cigarette.
Okay. Then I retract my apology.
It wasn't heartfelt enough anyway.
No, it wasn't. So instead of riffs, it's going to be Pathfinder. So we'll have 2 weeks of Pathfinder, then back to riffs. So that way we don't get
Oh,
off schedule.
okay.
Otherwise, we'll be all kinds of wonky on the scheduling.
I guess I should read the about page myself. I was not aware of that.
I mean, unless you want to change that. I mean,
Oh no, that works. I'm just glad I found out now instead of the coming Sunday.
oh, I would have told you anyways. I wasn't just going to spring it on you that Sunday.
Sure you would.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
You're all about the
See,
chaos.
we all know you.
Maybe. Don't tell all my secrets, damn it. But
But
yeah,
It seemed like everybody knew it. That wasn't a secret.
yeah, it's not a secret.
but yeah, we have
It's a
started.
secret to everybody.
Yeah, but we have started a new Twitch channel. I'll be putting up a new YouTube page, the Chaos Table, for all of our tabletop RPG stuff. That also will leave it open to any other DMs that want to do anything online. So the table might expand. We'll see. It might just stay us three. It might,
Yeah.
we'll see how things go.
There's always open seats at the table.
Staying.
Probably running in the summertime for you guys. Seems like there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Plus, I've got my group here.
Yeah, you got your
And
hands
we
full.
might
They're
have
normally done
a.
in the summertime, so
There's also someone that might be joining on the other Fridays that we currently have a game running. Yes, but not sure about actually streaming it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they talked me into GMing a game. So weirder things happen.
There wasn't much talking you into it. You wanted to try it, and we're just enabling you, so we're just helping.
And we're going to cause chaos in the process. So, two birds, one stone.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as all the channel tech stuff, it's running off my system, so any tech issues, you're gonna
Blame
blame me.
him.
You're gonna blame me anyways. So we got it all
Yeah, I
figured
was
out.
lazy. I didn't want to deal with it.
Well, still working out all the freaking wrinkles of stream elements and sharing overlays and all this other shit. So
Right,
Well,
but I didn't know about that when I suggested it.
well, it's something being found out as we go.
oh, then you guys are finding out new intricacies about Foundry.
Oh, yes.
Things that you can do with it.
Like my double-sided token,
And
animated
the
token.
animated tokens. Yep. And let's see, what else are we finding out as we go along? Oh, was Starfinder, if we get into it, either how land moving land combat, like vehicles, or starship combat will go. Because we never did figure that out before.
No, with vehicle combat. At least land combat.
The land vehicle combat.
Yeah, because we never messed with that. Yeah, starship combat we've done before.
We did, but we didn't do it well.
Yeah,
It-
we did it like once or twice, and it was janky.
We did our best, put it that way.
Well,
But our best wasn't that good.
it's a different rule set, and it's one of those things that the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So
Right.
it's
Let me ask you this: do you have line of sight and views as far as like up, down, side to side, around?
all for starship stuff.
Yeah, when you're doing, cause like
Yeah, because you got firing
you know, I
arcs.
play Scumbility, which is a space campaign, and we do a lot of ship to ship fighting and air fighting.
Yeah, because there's firing arcs. There's
Okay,
turn
well, I might be able to
radius.
help you then.
Yeah.
I know a little something about it.
And it's just a matter of the players getting used to the turns, what you can do per turn, and
Right,
stuff like that. It's just
right.
Right. Yeah.
it happens so infrequent that when Starship Combat comes around again, you gotta remember what to do again.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, because it's not that bad of a system. It's just remembering.
And
your
that's
actions.
probably the hardest part is it doesn't happen that often. So
Unless
you
you're
forget.
actually out in space constantly.
Yeah, because you can see the narrative in the actors, so you can see the shields, the forward, port, starboard, aft. So each quadrant has defenses. Your weapons have different firing arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Movement has turn radiance or turn radius. So
Instead of just like my one campaign, Scumbility, it's all about outer space. And then Polaris, that underwater game I was telling you about, it deals with same thing, just underwater.
yeah,
Yeah. When we do go back to spaceship combat, I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself completely because I can't remember what was Starfinder and what was the 5th edition Star Wars we did.
oh yeah.
Uh,
All right, well,
also
I'm gonna
in
stop recording now.
okay,
Oh, you're
also in